Hello, National Heights family. Jacob here. Just wanted to stop in real quick and first of all wish you guys all a Merry Christmas. We just wrapped up Thanksgiving celebrations here in Pullman and had a great time with some of our church family, being able to jump into their lives and just spend a little bit of time together, eating a wonderful smoked turkey and dressing and all the fixings and stuff. And as we launch to the holiday season, obviously it's a time for us to stop and reflect and think about just the many amazing things that God has done in the life of our family over the last several months and really this year. And a lot of it has to do because of the support we've had from our church family back in Springfield, National Heights. And so just want to share a little bit of an update as we go into the holiday season, some things to praise God as we sort of wrap up our year for things He's done. Obviously moving our family here safely from Springfield to Washington was a big thing. Our 4-day adventure across the country was one where we made lots of great memories as a family and really allowed us to transition well to life here in Pullman. But the other really cool thing I want to tell you about is just some things that are happening at Resonate Church right now. So we're currently at 11 sites, different locations throughout the Pacific Northwest. And last night we had our family forum, so it's almost like our church council, our church business meeting, where we were able to hear some reports on what God's been doing. And we have 3 sites that launched this year. And back in the fall, we began to pray that the Lord would bring people into the lives of our church family there who needed to hear about Christ. And really awesome just to hear stories last night of students whose lives were transformed over the last few months as they met people from Resonate as a freshman and during Welcome Week back in August, September timeframe. Were invited into life and community with our church, and ultimately as they heard the gospel and saw the gospel lived out in the lives of those around them, they responded and have moved what we call from death to life, moving from lostness and hopelessness to being found by Jesus and life full of hope for the future, not only in this life but in eternity as well. Another great report we had across our 11 sites last night. We've had a little over 3,100 mostly college students who have been involved in what we call Village. It's our small group Bible studies that happen every week, throughout the week, different nights of the week, different focuses, whether it's Greeks, whether it's athletes, whether it's freshmen, whether it's biology majors or a particular dorm. But all across our sites, over 3,100 people have walked into a village. Of those 3,100, a little over 2,000 attend on a regular basis across our sites, including like a village like ours. It's made up of families. We also have young professional villages, those who graduated from college and have gotten jobs either in the cities they're in or have moved to a location where Resonate Church has planted at as well. We also announced that next year we're going to be planning in 4 different new locations. So British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada, not Washington, will be one of the locations we'll be planning at in the near future in 2020. Also looking at Ashland, Oregon, possibly Spokane, Washington, and then some other places on the radar as well. And really excited about the way the Lord is using Resonate Church to impact campuses all throughout this area. Just other dates on our life. We have been just finished up a season of sending out students on what we call serve projects and what we call scout projects. So serve projects are very gospel oriented, sharing the gospel in communities, whether it's working with one site, going to another site to work with them. We also send students to Denver and to Seattle to work in homeless shelters and just give them exposure to an area of life, a group of people who need the gospel in their lives as well. We had a couple teams that went out on what we call scout projects, where they were able to go in and begin discerning where is the Lord at work in locations that we are considering to planning at in the future. So we send students over to Salt Lake City, over to Reno, Nevada, as we're looking at planning in those locations as well. And all of this happens because of people like you guys, like our National Heights family, who say, hey, we believe in what God's doing through Resonate Church. We believe in what God's doing through individuals like our family and the other families we get to work with. And so as we enter into the Christmas season, we just want to say thank you for the way that you have significantly impacted my life, Sarah's life, Keely and Jordan's lives. not only financially impacting us as we live out the mission that God has given us in this season of life we're in now, but also as we spent time in Springfield for the 2 years that we were there, just the investment that each of you made into the lives of our family. Whether it's deep relationships formed with our children, or whether it's just loving on Sarah and I and allowing us to process the journey that God has us on. And so we just wanted to say we are extremely grateful for each of you. We miss our National Heights family. We think of you all fondly, and we can't wait to see what God's going to do into the new year. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we love you guys very much.